Quitters never win. Push through the pain. I grew up believing that these words were the definition of strength. My dad would say them like they were rules. Khalil Gibran once wrote that out of suffering have emerged the strongest of souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. I believe that too. Extreme difficulty was good for you. Suffering is proof of strength. The strongest people have scars. But what if that's not always the case? What if the strongest thing you can do is walk away? 2 years old, a big mirror, a big stage, a big dream, and me. When I was 2 years old, I did not know what the word expectations had meant and had not even begun to comprehend all of them that life would soon impose upon me. Life was endless curiosity, moments of laughter, discovery, and the simplicity of exploring the world at such a young age. I played, I ran, I fell, I got up, and I repeated. Then one day, I entered a space that promised growth, finding myself, purpose. It was dance. Dance was perfect. Dance was me. I remember the first time the big red curtains opened and the bright white lights hit my face. I couldn't make out a single person's face in the audience, much like right now. The floor beneath my feet felt too cold, too hard, too slippery. My heart was beating so loud, I thought the people all the way in the back of the audience would be able to hear. And then the music started, like a weight being lifted off my chest. The sound of cheers and applause became something I never knew I needed. Dance changed me. It gave me so many moments of pure joy, from learning a new step to finishing one of the dances in one of our countless performances. Not only did it give me applause, trophies, and the validation I craved, but it also gave me a sense of accomplishment that you can only get through an experience like this. But the most important thing dance gave me is people who I'll never forget, people who I'll take to the grave, people who are sitting in this room as I speak. There's this one girl in particular. Every time one of us walked into practice, we would lock eyes and run into a hug so tight it felt like the only steadiness. Some days, that hug was the only reason I showed up. Dance also taught me how to push through mistakes and work for something larger than myself. It taught me how to push myself to my limits. Never fall out of your turns, keep your knees straight, don't sickle your feet. It taught me how to be myself, how to express myself. The countless tears I witnessed were not tears of a scraped knee or frustration. They were from a heavy weight of pressure, a heavy weight of expectation, a heavy weight that no child should have to carry by themselves. Never fall out of your turns, keep your knees straight, never stop pointing your toes. I knew to follow these rules, and I always did. The first time I felt that feeling of not being good enough was the first time I fell out of a turn and I sprained my ankle. I sat on the floor and cried, but the music didn't stop. The only words I remembered were, "If you're not bleeding, you're fine. You're being dramatic." Those are the words that echoed. The children I used to see as dramatic, I now see as myself. The same fear, the same doubt, the same experience lived through another reflection. They were me, I was them. After that, I practiced more. I constantly compared myself to others, and I learned how to look at myself differently. The studio that gave me everything didn't come without a price. My self-esteem lowered day by day. Perfectionism became a part of me. The fear of failure was constant, scratching away at everything I did. It started not only affecting my life in dance, but slowly creeping into everything else until it took over my whole life. And for years, I thought enduring it meant I was strong. Yet the psychological impacts of this environment are not dramatic or made up. They are real and documented. A study titled "Shame on Me, Dancing in Adversity" shows that dancers who grew up in harsh or critical environments are more likely to have depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and body dysmorphia. For years, the idea of leaving had never crossed my mind. It sounded like a foreign language. I didn't want to be like all the weak girls who left when it got too hard. I wasn't like them, or at least, I wasn't. I've just recently left, and to step away feels like abandoning everything I'd built. abandoning myself. But it's not. I'm beginning to understand that stepping away from something that harms you in more ways than you could ever know isn't weakness, it's protection. The studio that gave me everything ended up taking away everything until it left me with nothing. The stage that once felt massive doesn't feel as big anymore. The tiny reflection that once stared back at me in the mirror has grown. I have grown. Thank you.